What's going on, brothers and sisters? It's your boy, Brother Harold. Just got back from the gym and whatnot. Had a pretty good workout. Worked out a couple of hours down there. Worked out pretty hard. Ran about, I'd say about maybe 2 miles. But funny thing happened while I was down. You can see I got my cup. You know, the whole time I was down there, I was seemed like I ran maybe 2 miles trying to get to this appetite that I was trying to solve. Believe it or not, guess what I had a craving for while I was down there working out. Had a craving for, look at that, Mickey D's, you know. So I stopped by there. I mean, I kept it healthy, you know, low in calories and whatnot. You know, I got the fish fillet. Got that. You know, you gotta have that along with the. You know, you gotta have the fries. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta have the fries. So I'm just gonna put that over here to the side. I'm gonna get into that in a few minutes and everything. But I take it y'all having a blessed day and everything. And it is pretty out here and stuff after the rain and stuff. See everything bouncing back and everything. But while I was down at the gym, I had a little word I'm meditating on. I want to share with y'all for today. I ain't gonna keep it too long, but coming out of Matthew chapter 5 verses 13. I'm dealing with two things. I'm dealing with salt. I'm gonna try to make it down to light. I'm gonna deal with salt and light. You know, metaphorically speaking, these things that Jesus called us and said that we, as being children of God, this is what we are. See, before I get started, I just want to say, when we see things in the scripture concerning things that Jesus calls us and compares us to, whether it be symbolic or metaphors or whatnot, we need to take a look at some of these things, and you need to take a study on some of these things and find, you know, the meaning and the attributes and the characteristics of all these things and stuff, especially with this salt and light. This thing got interesting. I can deal with this, man. I can spend hours on this thing right here. But let's go ahead and get into it and see how far we can get into it. Picking up right there at verse 13, Jesus said that you are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? Now, that's the question. Then he says it's no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. Now let's go back and look at this thing. Jesus saying that we are the salt of the earth. See, he calling us some things. See, you know, like I said, we need to look at, you know, because when you call somebody something, you need to look at, find out, you know, what that thing consists of, that which he's calling you and stuff. You know, he's calling us the salt of the earth because, like, you know how it is when we get, you know, when you call somebody something, you know, you call somebody something with a meaning behind it. Let's see, let me give you an example. Us guys, we familiar with this one. You know, when the women, when a woman call you a dog, you pretty much know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you another one. For the guys, like when the guys, when we say hoochie mama, you know, when we say hoochie mama, most women pretty much know what we're talking about. You know, like I said, that's just something, you know, some things just to give you, you know, brief understanding of where I'm going with this. So Jesus said that we are the salt of the earth. Now, when you look at the word salt, it's three ways, three characteristics that I want to speak of concerning salt and what it does. As salt in the earth, we as Christians, this is how we should function. You know, salt has several priorities: purifying, to preserve, preservation, and to give taste to food, different types of food and whatnot. So when you look up the word salt, you also, especially in the Bible, when you look at salt, you see salt used in the Old Testament to purify the waters there in Jericho. Elijah used it. Salt also was used in all of the sacrifices that was presented before the Lord. The significance of salt was very, very, very important. And salt symbolizes here, it symbolizes the power of the holiness and the purity. You know, so salt, you know, used as a symbol of purity and being holy. Christ, he called us that's what we ought to be in the world. We ought to be salt. We ought to be the ones purifying the earth, you know, preserving the earth. You know what I'm saying? And also, with salt being a preserve, it also, back in the day, salt preserved, even to this day, preserved meats and stuff like that. People use salt to preserve meats from decaying and going spoiled, going bad. So that goes back to, like I said, saying what we are. You know, we're supposed to be the salt of the earth. We're supposed to be the ones, children of God. We're supposed to be the ones that preserving the earth. You know, keeping it from going spoiled, really keeping it from being decay in the fallen state in which it's in. You know, sin and whatnot. You know, because we look around, we know the world's in a bad state. You know, sin is declining and everything. You know, other words, it's decaying. So that's one of our purposes as Christians. You know, we're supposed to be preserving the earth, keeping it from becoming decay. And then also, salt is used to give taste, to give flavor. Now, if you look in Colossians chapter 4, verses 5 and 6, we see that the Bible say that we need to take a grain of salt, even with the fullness of grace within our speech, and also add a grain of salt to our speech. In other words, when we speak, you know, our conversation should be full with flavor. You know what I'm saying? In other words, when you're speaking concerning the Lord, are you out? You know, amongst people, you should be that salt. You should be the one to give flavor to your conversation with your friends, and when you're there with your co-workers around the break room table or whatnot. You know, you should be the one that they should be tasting. You know what I'm saying? Your conversation, your speech, you know, it should be good. You know what I'm saying? Full of flavor and stuff. Because we all know that, you know, salt actually, you know, make things taste good. You know. And like I said, with these fries, even with these fries, you know what I'm saying? You know, salt. Look at that. Putting salt on these things, you know what I'm saying? Salt make these Mickey D's fries taste good. You know, I can let, you know, get in them and everything. So we're talking about salt. And also, salt was used like a friendship bond. You know, people said that there's salt between us. I mean, you know, we tight, you know, friendship wise. You know, so the word says, Jesus also says that if this salt loses its saltiness, it's no good for anything except to be thrown and trampled out by men. So other words, he's saying if the salt loses purpose, which we are Christians, if we lose our purpose, then we ain't good for nothing. You know, we ain't good for nothing but to be ran over and trampled over by men. In other words, the world will run over you when you don't stand on what the word is saying that you are. You know, he's saying we salt. Know that we're here to preserve, to keep this dying, decaying world from becoming spoiled, corrupt as it is. You're here to preserve. You're here to give flavor. You're here to give taste, you know, to the fullness. So we definitely don't want to lose our, like I said, we don't want to lose our flavor, you know, as Christians and whatnot. To purify, we're here to purify situations, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the situation may be the one to purify it. And also, he says in verse 14 that you are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden, neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. Now let's back up right quick and deal with this light. We done dealt with the salt. Let's touch on this light for a minute. Okay, he's saying, know this, that you are the light of the world. Now, here the word calls us lights. Know that we are light of the world, and a city on a hill cannot be hidden. So, in other words, we need to know that we are the light of the world. We are the ones that need to be shining. shining forth, letting the world know that Jesus is coming back. You know. Now, when we talk about light, see this? Even with it being broad daylight, there's still a light. When you cut it on, see how it draws. See how it draws your attention. And that's what the word does. The word either going to draw you, either going to be drawn to the light, or you're going to be driven by the light. See, no different to when, like roaches. Roaches don't like light. When you cut that light on, what them roaches do? They driven by it. They gone. They gone. You know what I'm saying? But when you cut the porch light on and be outside at night, it draws bugs to it. See? And that's what the word does. You know, you either drawing people to you or you driving them away from you. It's because of the light, you know. So when we walk in the light of the word and we be true to who we are as God's chosen people, you know, we should be able to display that light, and it should emanate from us, you know, and we shouldn't hide it. We shouldn't put it on the bowl, as the words say. We should let it shine. It should sit high on the hill that other people may see and know, you know. So it says, a city on a hill cannot be hidden, neither do people light a light and put it on their bowl. Instead, they put it out on a stand that it may give light to everyone in the house. See, Jesus is calling us lights, that we may give light to everyone that's around us. You know, even in my neighborhood. See, I have to be a light that shines forth and give light to people around me in the neighborhood. And we got over in my neighborhood, we got all kind of nationalities, we got all kind of people, you know. But somebody have to be a light, shining forth the message of the good news, you know, of Jesus Christ. So that's what he has called us to be. And it says, in the same way, let your light shine before men. Now check this out. Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. So in other words, as we go forth and let our light shine, that's how other people going to get to see God, by the light that's shining in us, that they may know and praise God, your God that's in heaven, by your light shining and the things you doing. You know, so, yeah, and praise your God in heaven. See, that's awesome. So, like I said, I ain't going to keep you long, but I just want to touch on that. I was thinking about that down in the gym, you know, salt and light. So that's the word for today. I take it. Y'all be blessed. Have a good day. Because I'm finna get off in this food, you know what I'm saying? Salt and light. So y'all be blessed. Until we get together again, shalom. Peace out.